You're listening to the Elevated News Podcast with two dope dudes. Here are your hosts, Dave and Aaron. Welcome to the Elevated News Podcast with two dope dudes. We're a podcast focused on discussing local and national cannabis news and culture. I'm Aaron.
I'm Dave.
Yeah, what's going on, dude? How are you?
Oh, just another day in paradise. Funny, this room looks fantastic.
Yeah, doesn't it look nice?
Now. My friends, go back to the first episode that we did here and look at how oddly shaped even the camera looks around things. And it's not a bad thing. But look at it now. Just a few weeks later, this man has really put some good work into it. I love this place. I love this space.
It's super cool.
Thanks to our friends for letting us use it.
Here at the
Rochelle, mad love. Thank
Studios is fantastic. As I touch my mic and adjust it, should have been doing that beforehand, but whatever. We were having fun talking.
Sorry, I
thanks.
Chippewan.
Yeah, no, thanks, dude. A little bit of paint does wonders.
It looks great.
Yeah,
everything around here looks great.
Shout out to the previous tenants. We love you, and there's now it's a different spot. So,
and thank you to Mr. CBD for our plant over here.
Two dope dudes right there.
It's a pretty sweet little thing.
It is a sweet little thing. Little cannabis ruderalis, hemp ruderalis.
I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I've come to find out. Well, it's two things. Bad
What's
space. All right, I don't have a lot of sunlight going on where I'm at. Nor do I have a grow light, so it doesn't help anybody. Not that I'm in a space where I could pick one up or nothing. But past that, I'm just not. I feel like I don't know. I'm really good at growing shit that doesn't want a lot of my attention.
Cannabis is a weed. It doesn't actually. Well, I mean, cannabis type plants are just weeds. Hemp is just a weed. It doesn't actually want that much attention. There's a whole thing about
water it daily, right?
Yeah. Oh, you got to give it a little bit of water daily.
So I've been doing that.
There's a QR code, and they make it really easy. You know, there's a QR code on there, and it's supposed to be very easy. I think just in your life, I understand what you're saying.
This is my perspective at it. I'm not good with technology. I tried the QR code. I went through. I read what they said.
Yeah,
and it makes sense.
Okay.
All right. I was there. I get it. I'm giving the thing water. I'm trying. She just seems sad.
No, she's fine. She's fine. Dave, you can't point out how sad she looks to the plant of our friends in the community that we just got. Don't point that out.
Guys, I'm not the fucking grower. It's the only thing.
No, you just think it looks sad. You're not a grower. It's okay.
That's the whole point. That's what I'm telling you. I mean, it looks beautiful. It's a beautiful plant.
Dave,
I love the place where it came from. It's a beautiful plant. I've always wanted a bonsai one, but I don't feel like I need some skills. I need to be taught.
No, you need to just do it. That's the only way to learn is to just do it.
I sang to it the other day.
You should.
Yeah. I figured a little bit of my CO2 coming out will give it some life.
Dave's been bringing the plant back and forth. He just doesn't. Little grow
I'm
lights.
Scared. I don't want to fuck it up. Is all I'm telling you.
No, you're fine. Little grow lights are actually pretty cheap. Yeah. You can go to like Menards and get you a little grow light. We'll get you a little Blurple light.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It costs you like $30.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It might be the answer.
I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah. I've always been good at like I said, I like growing like what's the classification of plant that an aloe's in? A succulent.
Yeah, succulents.
Oh, those things. I'm good at that because there's not a lot going on there, you know?
I believe it. Hey, you want to do plugs real quick?
Run it up.
Let's get it through. You can find us the Elevated News Podcast with two dope dudes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Dave wanted a more clear area today, so that's why we're all like, trying to figure stuff out. You can find us the Elevated News Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all your other favorite streaming and podcast apps. Two Dope Dudes YouTube channel. Please give us a like and leave a review. This helps us reach more people. Oh, cool. My wife had jury duty and was just excused.
May I please be excused?
Yeah. You can find us on supportdopepeople.com along with links to our other pods and free stickers just by providing your email and address. Also, you can buy t-shirts there. The t-shirts are through like a drop service now. And so they're way cheaper, and then they just make them and ship them to you. So
Nice.
they're like $22 now.
Nice.
I also have dab mats for sale. They're $8 a piece.
That's
They're
super
super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one on the table right now.
I love it. I think it's cute.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
And I like the I like cork. That's what I was
cork is
going
nice.
for.
I've already burnt mine twice with my dab press.
Nice.
Yeah, because I forgot that it was not in the thing, but yeah, no, it's awesome. So I'm for it. I like cork. It's antimicrobial. It's natural. It's renewable. It's all great stuff. It's supporting somebody. I got these done local in the community, supporting dope people.
That's so
hey, if
cool.
you want one, just grab one. I'll mail it to you. If not, I don't care. I'll throw them at people as frisbees.
Because he's a good frisbee thrower.
I am. I'm a decent frisbee thrower.
You guys thought he was just good looking.
Yeah.
Good at frisbee golf too.
Yeah. Well, frisbee golf keeps me humble. Because if I was so good at all this life stuff and frisbee golf, it would be terrible. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of like accomplishments and good karma elsewhere, and my bad karma is disc golf.
Well, hey, listen. Just enjoy what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to be the most elite at everything you do? And if you do, then how much effort are you really putting towards it? You know, that's my only thing. Just if you really want to be the best. There's somebody that's in the gym right now that's kicking ass.
Ezra.
Right.
Ezra's in the gym.
And
I think he missed the cash line.
A lot of people did.
Yeah,
a lot of people miss a cut. But yeah. And it's not just one thing or the other, because some kids are little string beans and can whip the shit out of a disc, and some people you actually have to physically get in shape a little bit better, you know? So it's just I don't want to put that much effort into.
No, I'm just saying.
I just enjoy what I do.
Yeah, for sure.
I like time with my friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We're going disc golfing after this.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
beautiful day.
Shout out to my friend Miles from Fermented Plant Extracts and Weed Should Taste Good. You should go and get his Weed Should Taste Good shirt or Hash Should Taste Good. We traded shirts.
Awesome.
He got a Support Dope People shirt, and he sent me a Weed Should Taste Good shirt.
That is
yeah, shout out to him.
Cool.
Shout out to Miles, the original Fermented Plant Extracts. You know, he's a big believer of each one teach one, and he's set hundreds of people on the right path to how to, you know, use those things in your daily life and your garden for weed that actually tastes good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want mine to grow big and healthy and strong.
I can't wait to see him hopefully in November when Chris and I go out to Colorado for the Living Soil Cup.
Oh,
Living Soil Cup based on the Goat Cup after they came out here and were at the Goat Cup this last year.
That'll be cool.
And shout out to the Goat. Saw him yesterday.
The Goat is an awesome human. I haven't hung out with him as much as I did yesterday or had him speak about anything life, like real life, because he kind of spoke about some real life shit and like what a genuine. See, I think that's the thing. Sometimes when you peel back the layers of somebody, you get a little bit deeper into their understanding of who they are, where they come from, why they are who they are.
Right.
That was one of the guys. Once I started to peel back some of the layers, like holy fuck, I already did have a lot of respect for him, but
you got to know him a little bit more.
growing, and he's such a good human.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to be on the podcast, email us at twodopedudespodcast@gmail.com for all your questions or things you want us to talk about. And then cropculture.net. Spring training box sold out. There's another box out right now with either the pH pen, the AC Infinity pH pen, or the I believe the Airy Bag 420, which I showed you my orange bag that I got. Super awesome. And that is a drop with Elevate Seeds, which is Elevate Seeds, which is fantastic. They have some super dope seeds. You should definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Cropculture.net, and then use the code 2DopeDudes, and we'll throw that old ad right here. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave, and we're the Two Dope Dudes. We're here to tell you about the Crop Culture Box, where you get a curated selection of quality grow items and seeds to help you plant with a purpose.
Use our code 2DOPEDUDES for $10 off any box, $100 or more for new customers. Get the Goat Holiday Box and check out their selection of seeds too.
That's cropculture.net. Use the code 2DOPEDUDES.
He got some great endorsements the other day from Goat too.
Goat loves him.
He said
Yeah.
some really cool things about Chris, and
Yeah.
I'm like I said, this community over here. I love this group of people.
I was talking to Chris yesterday. I'm building him a computer.
Nice.
By the time,
oh my God, I want a better computer.
By the
so
time
bad
this
right
comes
now.
out, he'll have his computer built, and he'll be able to render faster than on his old Mac.
That's so good.
Under $2,000.
Well, dude,
Yeah.
It's so crazy what you can put inside of a home computer for the price that you can do it for now.
I got
It's
him like 48 gigabytes of memory, a 4070, and like an i7. And he's like, the i7 wasn't coming on time. I got this i9. I hope it wasn't a problem. I'm like, well, I got to check with the motherboard because
Yeah, that's the.
you know what I mean.
Yep.
But yeah, Chris will have a nice. Yeah,
That's so cool.
Yeah, I love Chris. He's awesome.
Good for you.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Big things coming.
Computers are. God, I love these things right now. Anyway,
I'm gonna go build it right in front of his eyes. He's never even seen it. I don't think. I think he's a Mac guy.
They've made it more like an adult puzzle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, I mean, a really cool adult puzzle. But now, like, building a computer is so, like, plug and there's, like, no, like...
It always has been plug and play.
Yeah.
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 There's our next one.
Yeah.
Let's get through plugs.
Oh, you want me? Shit.
Yeah, I mean...
Let me get this guy. MrCBDChicago.com for all of your CBD needs, as well as everything else. Use the code 2DOPEDUDES at checkout for 10% off your entire. I think I was on there the other day. The man has 400 and something items available. There is just if you have a CBD need or any cannabinoid really at this point, this is the place to go. He's
the guy. He's got everything.
They said almost the Amazon store of CBD.
He's
products,
the Home Depot of hemp.
Yeah.
He's the Home Depot of hemp, the Walmart of weed, and the Costco of cannabis.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got it all. He's working with everybody.
He's the Dunkin' Donuts of dank,
Ooh, I like that. It's time to make the donuts.
Yeah.
You get him with a little mustache and that little Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
He'll look like you use his logo right now with like a little donut. He'll look like the Einstein bagel guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
No, hold on. No, we don't want to get him like sued or something for Einstein bagels.
I think they're gone. Well, they might be around. I don't know.
They're probably big in New York. And then thegreengrow.com, use the code 2DOPEDUDES for 10% off your order. Get that Earthshine right now. It's real good for your garden. Also, shout out The Green Grow Home and Garden. Check out their stuff for your rose beds, your vegetable garden. I mean, it's February. I hope that you have your outdoor garden, your soil covered and amended and ready to go because it's going to be here before you know it. And then shout out to, speaking of the garden in Green Grow, you got yourself invited to Goat's Farm yesterday with me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's going to be super cool.
Yes.
We're going to go out there and do some cool stuff.
I think once that happens, that will be a very cool experience for everybody.
Yeah. We're going to do that. So, cool. And then, that's from last week.
Yep.
That next one.
And then, if you don't mind, please, on Thursday nights, coming out. Peace, Love, and Cope on YouTube. It's just a nice community of people, cannabis folk. I tend to play games and enjoy, but it's just mostly for you to have a direct line to me. If you have any questions about cannabis and its efficacy and use, how it can be used more medicinally in your life, please feel free to stop in and ask a question. You can always reach me in plenty of other places too. Peace, Love, and Cope on Facebook and all that stuff. But Yeah, I think that I have some understanding of cannabis as a medicine, and I hope that I can help you implement it as so for you or your loved ones.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're not busy, come on down to Terpy Thursdays. We're probably going to start doing some. We did a little mini watch party last week,
Yeah,
and was hanging out with Tank Saturday night. Watch from Smoking with Savages.
yeah,
By the time this comes out, it's this week. We're out. It'll be
yeah,
2 weeks past.
yeah.
But we're talking about doing maybe a live stream out here,
That would be sweet.
doing a watch party and the Smoking with Savages / Support
would be
Dope People
sweet.
live stream out here on their channel of us watching us. It's just a dude playing another dude.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna try and watch that thing. What's it, Saturday or Thursday at
Thursday at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.?
Yeah.
And I think that
Which means
they've
we
got
gotta
a
disc
few
golf
more
early.
coming out. If you haven't,
Tank said they did 13. They took a 2-week break because they did 13 different recordings.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they're starting to book. They just started again Sunday. They did with Pete from Heisenturp Brothers, who I had on the Growers Hangout.
Nice. If you haven't
bro.
gone and followed them, definitely do.
We love-
So check out.
We
their
love Pete from
content.
Heisenturp because he watches us. And
Hey, Pete.
he watches us
Thanks,
during
man.
the day at his office job. And he's got great weed.
Yeah,
Check out Pete from Heisenturp Brothers doing some amazing stuff.
I feel like I've smoked it before. It's hard to keep it straight with me. I'm sorry. Because I can't put. I'm good with faces. You know, names.
think-
I'm really bad with sometimes.
I don't think I've been gifted anything from Pete yet. But I can't wait to hang out with him soon at the March event.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Pete's awesome. I never get invited to Pete's house, but that's cool.
Oh, well, that was. You know, but you can invite him in the comments, Pete. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, dude.
No,
No, but
thank you,
speaking
Pete. I
of,
appreciate it.
no, that's cool. Let's get through comments real quick.
Come on, Pete.
Come on, Pete. DiscGolfScene.com. Shout out to Unstable. Impulsive Gardens. Pretty sure that's I know who that is, but thanks for watching, dude. Hope you're having fun in the garden or putting together all those boxes. And I look forward to seeing you on Mr. Grow It soon.
Yeah.
And then JO151, aka Joe Grows on Instagram. I've been checking out your YouTube channel and I'm loving it. The support for the local community is awesome. Joe, appreciate you, man.
Joe, thank you.
Yeah, actually a local of us, like out by the Disc Golf Way, if I am correct.
Really?
I think so.
Hey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Canna Chris, this looks like a much more comfortable setup with the couch. Chris, it is. It very much is.
Oh,
It's way
the
better.
Couch?
The table is nice.
Let
though.
me
like
tell
I don't
you.
mind the table either, but the couch is like unexpected, and it's like, no, this is cool.
No, the couch is great. The lean I can get in this thing
Yeah.
sometimes. I start I think you can see it in a couple of them. By the time I'm done, I'm like just hanging out.
Oh yeah,
You know,
the last thing before I cut it off, it was I need to do more podcasting from the couch.
Yeah, well, it's true.
I need to clip that.
Hey, yeah, send it.
Yeah, I need to sit down and edit more. I got stuff to do.
You know. But no.
So that's from
shoot,
2 weeks ago because we hope you enjoyed Mr. CBD last week.
Oh, I cannot wait.
And then this is from the last podcast, which I did a couple shorts. We got some good shorts views on that.
Yeah.
I found that cool AI stuff to cut it up for us.
Yeah.
John Voight, got to fight to keep it now. Yes, we do have to fight to keep it. We have to continue to fight. We have to continue to push the envelope, and we have to continue to do it in a proper way. I really hope everybody either backs somebody like Chicago Normal or Canna Equity Illinois or, part of the ACE Alliance, which is all the cannabis trade associations and different advocacy groups, back those people, back the important people that are actually doing the good work.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you for watching and thanks for the input. And everybody who is fighting for the properness of cannabis, I greatly appreciate you. I think there is a common understanding that I try to represent, at least while I talk about all this stuff, that this thing is not recreational or medical. It's not fucking untaxable or taxable. It doesn't, who gives a flying fuck about all the things? It's just cannabis. And all of us know that having the regulations against this plant that there are is ridiculous. And to not have some freedoms with a plant that you can pretty easily grow at your residence if you were allowed to, yeah, it's just crazy. So it's nice to kind of normalize this thought that we should all be on the proper side of, and we should be fighting against this unnecessary evil.
We're all together. That's the thing.
Yeah, and I'm trying, like, the more that I've talked to people, and I've been talking even to some of the MSO players, people that have gotten kind of higher into the MSOs and are doing well for themselves, and I greatly appreciate their inputs too.
Hell yeah.
I don't think any of us are fighting against each other. I think that's what they've tried to pit us against each other,
yeah.
like the people who are on the
That's
hemp
the name
side
of,
of
that's
versus
the name of the game this year, or that's the name of the game in these times.
We should all just be a fucking team.
Correct.
Everybody should come together as one.
Well, there's too many regulations for it to be a team.
To a degree. But that's the thing, is getting rid of regulations that interfere on the commonality and the common understanding of the plant, that, you know, let the hemp be the hemp, let the cannabis be the cannabis.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know?
Joe commented, I think I was at that Cannabis Cup at the Raceway in Michigan. It was fun to judge back then.
Oh my God, it was so much fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was so much fun.
And entertaining discussion and great updates on these laws. This is from last week's episode 35 YouTube comments. Shout out to all the new subscribers that we have. We have over 100 subscribers now on YouTube, which is pretty cool.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Good work.
Thanks. So, yeah, let's get to these. So, craft growers, this shout out to Illinois News Joint. We're going to do something with them soon for sure.
Yeah.
I did the wrong thing. I forgot my mouse today. The Illinois Department of Agriculture and Division of Cannabis Regulation today announced that, effective immediately, Illinois licensed craft growers can submit an application to the IDOA for a canopy modification expansion in 3,000, 6,000, and 9,000 square foot increments up to a maximum of 14. So we reported on this before.
So this was from their 5.
Right, from their 5. Remember, we talked about this before, that they could basically, I need to tighten that.
And they can expand to a maximum of 14 now.
Right, but they have to go through all the different hoops as far as like, is it selling? Do you have the ability?
And it's 3, 3, and 3. You only get 3 at a time.
Yeah, basically. And then,
wow.
But you remember, yeah, it's just it's more regulation of like, we will let you. Craft growers, MSOs can do whatever. Craft growers, you have to show us all these things, you know, because we got to make sure that, like, you know, your stuff is selling correctly. I think like over 50% has to be sold every month from the stores or something like that. Like, before they'll even look, it's stupid. They can take it away.
I promise you, and I've told you this before, but I was in a MSO here who only had, I think, 10,000 or no, maybe 100,000 square foot of a warehouse built out, or whatever it was. They had the footprint down for them to build 1 million square foot warehouse, which is a massive infrastructure. And
yeah, for sure. I painted like, 1 million square foot warehouses on the outside. They're huge.
Yeah, I worked at E.B. Brown.
Okay.
And that was 1 million square foot warehouse. And to walk from one side of it to the other side of it took minutes, you know?
Shit, I used to work at CAT.
If you had to walk a circle, I
used to work at CAT.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to get there like 45 minutes early to work to get into work so you could clock in.
Yeah. Yep. That's crazy.
Other Illinois News Joint, I want to get through these because we got some cool stuff to talk about and some fun stuff to talk about. Because mostly everything, like, as we've said, I've been going to the Illinois Canna Equity Illinois meetings and some other advocacy things, and like they kind of have a good idea of like what's going on. There are going to be a lot of different like bills passing through. They're not going to do an omnibus. It's going to be a lot of different things, like a lot of, you know, small bills here and there. I don't remember what my point was, but I want to get through these. Governor J.B. Pritzker and the Illinois Department of Commerce Economic Opportunity, DECO, announced that applications for round 2 of the Cannabis Social Equity Loan Program are now open. According to the announcement, the Cannabis Social Equity Loan Program will provide $12 million in loans to social equity dispensaries through direct forgivable loans, fully financed by the state of Illinois. Loan amounts up to $240,000 will be provided to qualified licensed social equity dispensaries.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is good. And kind of. I mean, it's
there's
good.
plenty
It's
more than
good.
it could be, but
it's good that social equity. It's good that people can get loans. It's crazy that we're sponsoring the loans and we're making it so hard for people to open up.
Oh my God!
You know, that's really what I mean. Like,
I looked at this.
Social equity users should be able to get loans, and they should have been able to get all those loans way earlier and be up and running by now, because everybody should be able to be in the market.
I looked at the hoops that these people have to go through.
It's ridiculous,
and
they will never let regular people into the market.
Dude, it feels, well, it doesn't even matter, because it feels like you have to get 20 individuals who have been affected in different ways to come together as one entity,
right,
to be the representative of this now organization that is the social equity.
Yeah.
And like,
it's so diluted at that point to
weird,
the people. Yeah, it's really bad.
It's become very...
It's unfortunate that they did not actually, in regulating it so much, they almost pushed out the people that it actually affected and could have been made more whole. You know what I'm saying? And it's very sad that they get caught up on social equity instead of like actually getting a good, healthy market going.
Bingo.
And allowing people that were affected into the market early.
It feels
now it's just like, this is where it stops. You're not social equity.
Well, and that's it. It feels like the whole political agenda at this point. It feels like everything that we're seeing across the board everywhere, everything is just so... be oppressed in the ways that we want you to be oppressed, and we'll take care of you. And if you're not, then fuck you. And it feels really bad, because there are plenty of people who have been oppressed in plenty of ways.
It's shitty to be shitty to other people.
Oh, period. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, there's so much, like, people take the most extreme and they take that like weird opinion, and it's just like, just to be shitty. Like, you know, concern trolling and just like, whatever, dude.
Jesus, yes. Yeah.
Just like, you know what? Just try to be nice. And that has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now, honestly.
I mean, maybe it does.
I mean,
smoke
maybe it
a
does
little
a
something
little bit,
and calm
yeah.
the fuck down for a minute. Maybe that's like the underlying.
Yeah.
We've talked about dropping the atomic bong lately. You know what I mean? Everybody needs to get chooched out for a minute, calm the fuck down, and have a goddamn conversation. Yeah. We'll be all right.
So based on social equity status, financial need, and progress towards becoming operational, applications for this round of loans will be accepted until April 17, 2024 at 5 p.m. You can go to dceo.illinois.gov/cannabis equity/loaninfo.html.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're having a webinar on March 5th at 11 a.m. Cool. Good for them.
Get it, got it good. You know, this is a topic of this thing that I'm okay with. I'm fine with. I get it. I'm not against, whatever. I'm weirded out by some of the parameters that exist. And again, like you said, the exclusion of some, exclusion of most to be inclusive to few is the weirdest fucking thing that I've
I mean, obviously we're a bit biased because we love the plant, but we also love the plant in the way that we know that the plant is just a plant and they make such a big deal out of nothing.
In the way
You know
that
what I
I've
mean?
watched plenty of my friends go to jail for this dumbass thing. I've watched plenty of my friends spend tens of
Correct.
thousands of dollars and
Fighting something.
months or years of time to fucking fight this dumb bullshit over a plant. I also was close enough to be one-offs or know people who watch people at the beginning with the fucking raids with the fucking DEA and shit, to know some people who actually got put into jail on some weird ass shit when the states were allowing people but the feds weren't. And it's what fucking level of communication are you at? Let's all normalize the fucking talk or the understanding. And just the better thing is, we've talked about a million, everybody should stop having a fucking opinion about it if you don't know anything about it, mostly. And like, a lot of people, don't have a lot of personal experience to have big opinions on what to do with it or what not to do with it. And that's, again, I'm not saying that there's nothing that can't happen negatively with cannabis and the progression of this market as it could be a great free market, whatever, but, and it's not to say that there couldn't be some negatives that come from it, right? But at the same time, the level that this thing is regulated, at the level that everything is, regulation, we talk about it, whatever, it's bullshit, but this thing specifically, it seems like, for everybody who has personal experience, why in the fuck does this still exist at the level that it does? And why can't we normalize it where instead of sending billions and billions of dollars across fucking seas to start fucking wars or to fucking why don't we give it to the fucking locals who are trying to make a business out of some fucking plant production?
Well, we could,
it seems
you
wild.
could make it, you could actually make a graduated type program of people who are actually trying to, breeders out there and people who are craft growers, like true craft growers, in tents in their house and whatnot. That's there could be like a graduated program where like you could start your own business, and like that's a lot of taxes that the state's missing out on too. But
I've talked about it before with just putting peddlers licenses out there.
Right.
Allow everybody to do a fucking certain amount of business. And I know you said don't do that, but it's a graduated process, right? If you can prove that you can fucking sell however much, then you graduate to the next fucking level. If that's what the regulation needs to be,
that's what the craft growers regulation is. Yeah,
bro, to a certain extent though, because both you and I know that under a 5,000 square foot canopy, how much are you able to provide in a market that fucking is you're literally adding 1,000th of the fucking footprint that is already existing, I would admit. I don't know how big the fucking growing space is out there, but it sucks that they're limited in that capacity. You could do some big things. Let people go.
Go get your loan now.
And you can get a social equity loan. You're good.
Let's see. Here's the next one I wanted to talk about, and we have a fun one at the end. May 4th, 2024, Academic Cannabis Conference put out by Illinois News Joint.
Ooh.
And Garden Grove Event Center. This is in Carbondale, Illinois. I'd love to try and get down to it. Looks like
PTS,
Botanist, PTS, Tonic, Legacy are all supporting this. Yeah,
I like that. Very good.
So it's going to be networking experiences, the Education Center and Job Fair, and entertainment cannabis community. Shout out to SIUC Cannabis Science Center as academic contributor. They have research and education with job fair opportunities, horticultural programs, certificate programs, job trainers, job seekers, good stuff. The Education Center booth and presentation stage are the focal points for this portion of the event. The Education Center booth will be communal marketing materials, location for job opportunities and academic resources. From the presentation stage, professors and professionals in the cannabis fields will deliver research presentations and discussion panels. The presentation schedule will be announced soon. You can get tickets right now on Event High. And I will have a link on supportdopepeople.com. And cannabis consumption is allowed at this event, and it is open to the public. They're also going to have a complimentary flower bar,
Nice.
full cannabis bar sponsored by The Botanist, and a complimentary infused cocktail by Tonic, joint rolling stations, music, food, games, giveaways. Yeah, this is super cool.
That is really, really awesome.
Yeah, and shout out to Illinois News Joint and Illinois. What are they calling it now? I don't want to actually get it wrong. I apologize, Jason. I should remember, but we're stoners. News Joint Cannabis events. News Joint Cannabis events. That's who's putting that on, which is affiliated with Illinois News Joint.
Awesome.
Yeah, super cool.
Dude, that's yeah.
Yeah, super cool.
The event thing is, I love it, and I'm super pumped that people are exploring it. I love that he's got some big names that are going to represent.
Yeah.
Again,
he does good work. He's the only. I mean, Illinois News Joint is the only publication in Illinois talking about medical anything.
Yeah, the only reason I bring up either one of those products at all, and I say it's okay, you always you know that I like to represent the good products that are out there. That PTS body oil exists out there, and
shout out to Kelly too.
Speaking
of PTS body oil, yeah. Shout out to Kelly.
Yeah,
doing okay.
Yeah, we golly, what a good story. It's it's a roller coaster ride that is coming to a finish, I hope.
Nah, she's on a different roller coaster now.
Yeah, okay.
This roller coaster is more chill.
Yeah.
But it's a different roller coaster.
Yeah,
it has its own up and down. I mean, everybody, the thing is everybody has problems with their kidney at first.
Yeah.
So, like, it's a weird feeling. It's, stuff's not going similarly, but like everybody does that. Everything's good. So, like, shout out to her. Love you, girl.
Yeah. CBD, man, would be my thing. I would just consider it. Anyway.
Cool. Hey, I wanted to talk about this one. This is a fun one. Marijuana rolling paper company seeks content creator to get paid to smoke weed for how much? $70,420.
Wow.
Salary per year. After taxes, that's only like $45K. But anyway,
wow, how do I get in there?
So, it might be perfect for you. You're a pretty good roller.
I'm so bad at
rolling. They manufacture pre-rolled joints.
Nice.
This is perfect for you. Custom Cones USA announced Monday it's hiring for its role with its new direct-to-consumer brand, Day Savers, which produces rolling papers. The full-time social media creator and event marketer job will pay $70,000 for $20 with perks, including cannabis product testing and all expense paid travel to marijuana events. They say we are thrilled to be launching our Ultimate Stoner Dream Job campaign in the hopes that we will find a dedicated and one-of-a-kind content creator and social media manager to help us build engaging content on our social media platforms. Dave, this is you.
That's awesome.
This is totally you.
Yeah, the travel part is
I know.
I love it. I think it's beautiful, but I think there's so much that can be... Yeah, I like it. It's sweet. It's sweet, man.
Yeah, dude.
That feels like,
This feels like all you.
No, I want to say yes, right? But
you do perfectly packed pipes. You do a perfectly packed proper pipe.
Yes.
You do.
But I also can't. There's a level of medicinal integrity that I can't.
You can't
give
be that
up.
guy.
Yeah, I just care too much about the one-offs who are and I know it's weird of me because I'm trying to target such a small thing in a place where probably these people don't even know that I exist or have any access, or why would they ever know that I exist, or why would they ever come to me to fucking begin with? But there's so many people in the world who don't understand the simple use of cannabis.
Yeah.
More scientifically, All right, more
Sure.
as a whole plant
Sure.
experience, more as a beneficial thing against a negative or scary thing. And I think that trying to help people navigate that is what I'm trying to unlock, right? Like I think like everybody, how do you normalize what cannabis use should be
Yeah.
so that, but it's not normal. It's not for everybody. I think it's very individual. And um getting away from the people who have the individual worst instances
Mhm.
and, you know, getting text messages from people to still, please, can you do the math on my daughter's cannabis recipe that we've
Sure.
been using that's been very successful and whatever. Like,
Sure.
yeah, I'll take all of those
Yeah.
messages. I'll take the late night calls of, hey, I'm feeling weird right now. And like, for now,
And
that's more.
I love you for doing that, man. I think that's so awesome. That's part of like the peace, love, and cope,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
whole thing. And like that's what you know, I know I want to point that out as much as you point out things that I do. Like
Yeah.
I'm on your rocket ship too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like being part of the Peace, Love, and Cope community and listening to you talk and be very passionate about things and talk about these things is like great. And that's what inspired me in a way to do this with you as well. So like I
Yeah.
want to shout that out and
Thank you.
like point out like what you actually do because a lot of people in the community know me because I'm out at the events,
Right.
but they don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like you're literally taking phone calls from people who are doing, you know, tinctures or whatever with their daughter with epilepsy and
My,
like making sure they get the correct dose so that they can, you know, live a normal life. And I think that's really important.
in the
Or the older
past,
people who have passed on or have been in hospice that you've gone over and helped with daily. You know
yeah,
what I
I
mean?
think
Like,
it's just more that I think there is a proper use of the thing, and I think there's an easy kind of streamlined way to get to
yeah,
understanding it. And over the last probably 3 years, whatever I've been doing my thing, the way that I have, I, I I- I've found that like a lot of parents with kids who are scared to use it, a lot of parents of my friends,
right.
right? Like they're scared to use it. People who are scared and intimidated to use cannabis, when introduced to it in some of the proper, more gentle lights and not the
Sure.
scary, it's taxed, it's all high, it's all what you know, and they use a little CBD to begin, or they use a little proper methods of ingestion, or
Yeah.
they whatever. It unlocks a key that for all of us is like this underlying driving force for like cannabis is bad as fuck. I love it.
Right.
And it gives me a comfort in my day-to-day life that makes me make it through all the crazy shit. And then you see the same thing that we are using as that, because that's my biggest
Right.
experience with it, outside of some psychological kind of
Sure.
benefit for sure in the long term. And maybe then using it again, Pashadi method, when I'm nauseous or little aches and pains, and actually seeing a benefit from it. I use it more on the psychological side of things, but when you watch somebody use the same plant that we use to feel good through the day, I promise you the glory stories, cancer, epilepsy. I say these same words a lot because it's more understandable, but I'm watching all of the instances and all the faces come by that like they were so lost and so
Right.
scared, and just it's like we don't sometimes when we're just doing our thing and we're just trying to move along, we forget that there's so many people going through so much shit out there.
Right.
And past the psychological shit that we're going through, some people are going through some serious physical shit, and
Right.
this plant benefits them, man.
Yeah.
And they just don't know. And because of all of the political, all of the social equity, all of the it's cute kind of here and packaged up, and just all the smoke and mirrors that's
Right.
overdone it. It's simpler than that. It's a plant that's real bad as fuck, and when it's used properly,
Yeah.
when we understand the different components of it exist, and we kind of use our own system to find the proper input back or output from the plant itself, we get some badass results, man. And it to me, even trying to understand it molecularly, and like I follow a lot of them, Raphael Mechoulam's, the
Yeah.
guys who like mattered in the beginning and found some of these naturally occurring AG2 and anandamide and whatever. I love the science of it, but there's something more that's like disconnected from the science and the actual use of it when somebody just goes, "Holy fuck, man. That's the coolest thing I've ever gone through. It's the most comfortable thing I've ever experienced." And I'm more in control than I was when I was fucking zombied out on all kinds of opiates or all kinds of whatever that fucking, I don't know. I think the plant has some badass, serious potential to be an alternative to some other things.
And
And I don't
that's
think it works all the time, but I think that a lot of people aren't known about it because
of how it's been demonized. And that goes back to what we were saying earlier, is that, just the way it's been viewed and the way it's regulated. That's why a lot of us are like, I can't believe it's like this, because it is so good. It's one of those plants that just does so many amazing things for people in a lot of different ways and a lot of different industries, that the way that they've demonized it and regulated it and not allowed more people to benefit from this great thing is crazy.
we can at the base level at least agree. We understand healthcare and big pharma, they make
Yeah.
tons of fucking money, whatever. So like letting in a new player is crazy. Or
Yeah.
to implement this regime, especially that has been going against scientific studies for a while. We haven't studied it in the same capacity.
Right.
Other people have, but you want to run the science yourself on the shit that we have now, not the shit that he studied 20 years ago.
Right.
So I'm all on board. Get more science involved. Get more
Science. It's not
put more
government
resources towards this fucking plant and towards all of the different capabilities of it. We see it, and it's starting.
It's hard to
There's
listen to the
little
science when the science is backed by the government.
Well, I mean, it's just.
I'm just saying. It's hard to listen to the news when the news is backed by the government.
The government's backed by the dollar then, right? And then at the end of the day, it's like dollars are the reason why some people are motivated to do certain things. And I promise you, look at our healthcare system, but they call it care, right? To me, it's just a broken system. And I mean, I can fight this, a totally different argument for a different day, but it's, to me, sometimes when you look in the health care, and we call it care, but a lot of times I'm going, fuck, man, that's the way we're caring for people, and that's the way we're treating them, especially while we have less barbaric means of it. That's the only thing that I'm stating. And when we're talking about huge fucking places of impact, epilepsy being arguably one of the biggest ones of them. And we already do. We got Epidiolex and fucking whatever. There's plenty of actual like FDA or whatever. They're approved fucking drugs that these people can use.
There's a lot of really good things that do improve people's lives if they have epilepsy. There are narcotics, and sometimes marijuana does not help. Like my older brother. My older brother had grand mal seizures, and I've witnessed, like as a child, quite a few of them, unfortunately. But like, he smoked weed, but weed did not help
because he didn't have CBD. That's the whole impact, and that's what we're trying to say, and that's what like Mark's big statement was. The other, like, there's more parts to this plant, and to just think that smoking the plant all the time is going to fix it, it's not. For me and you, and for everybody who's just doing this because our head, smoking, it makes perfect sense. But for the rest of everybody who's out there, understand the different methods of ingestion, understand why you might use one thing versus another. Why when I go on Mr. CBD's website is there 400 plus products of different things? Because there's at least that many different ways to inputs for you, for me, different delivery systems, different mechanisms. We can kind of fun it up and play in a different way where it makes it less aggressive to ingest as far as flavors and whatever. So like there's cool ways to make this thing less planty or earthy or whatever, but it's at the end of the day, there's that many different products.
Yeah.
There's that many different ways.
And
There's
Mr.
that many
CBD
things
Chicago has the education to back that up.
100%.
To let you know what the method of ingestion is and how you should take it and your dosage and stuff like that.
There's a certificate of analysis on every single product.
Yeah.
There's backed up truth that behind what he's trying to represent. And I respect the guy for going to the lengths that he has.
Yeah.
He's become an accredited human in the field, and he deserves to be. He has a wealth of knowledge in this thing. And like I said,
we had so much fun with him last week.
Oh my God, I fucking love him.
We're going to have to do it again.
Yeah, 1000%.
I just like to keep him, like, we're not anybody, I like to keep him between, like, analytics show, 45 minutes to an hour. That's about it. You know what I mean? And like that dude can talk for hours and hours.
I
and
can talk for hours and hours. Too.
Yeah, for sure. But like, I don't think people are going to watch that.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
They don't.
But it's fine because now we can have him on again and again and again.
Yeah.
And he can have a new thing to teach us every time.
That's my guy.
Shout out to D and Tank. They call him the Moses of marijuana.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Moses of marijuana.
Yeah.
Yeah, and shout out to Mark for shouting us out on Smoking with Savages. That was cool.
It was very cool. I
can't wait to watch our episode.
Yeah. I really like, again, this community here there's a lot going on. People are moving things in the right direction. I hope it literally it has steam and it deserves steam. And there's just so many, and that was what was cool, Mark. There's just so many ways to change in and out. And that's beautiful with this plant. Next week, we'll have a whole new talk about how great it can be again.
Yeah, we're going to have, we're supposed to have Farah on next week. That's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
That's going to be super fun.
Everybody's different perspective. And that's why, to me, it's cool because I hear something new and unique from anybody who's consumed the thing. But everybody who's, again, doing some stuff like that, trying to really push different things and not just go, hey, here you go, get as blitzkrieged as you can.
Right.
I want to represent great products and get some real good blitzkrieg stuff because I like that stuff too. But to have some body to it.
LFA CBD has it, right? I didn't get any of that last week.
A couple of those products.
I think you got that, right?
Yeah.
You didn't get extra, did you?
No.
Okay, good. Because I was like, I looked at my basket and I was like, I don't get any.
No, I think he said there was one bottle of one thing.
Yeah,
and it might have been
it was that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Get that. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah,
Is
I've been
good?
using it. Yeah. Super good, dude. You literally spray it on anything.
Yeah.
Like, chuck it in some food and stir it in there and just max it down and like.
It's fantastic.
I like using CBD as often as I can. Sometimes it's a budget thing too. That's why I've talked to people, and that's why it's nice with what he said. Like he's having now bigger doses of things, some 500 milligram plus 1,000 milligram.
Right, effective dosing of CBD.
Correct.
We've talked about it earlier.
Correct. So, just
I definitely misspoke and had to edit parts of that out, but we talked about it earlier podcast. It's but effective dosing of CBD is fantastic at a reasonable price. You know what I mean? And that's what's important.
Yeah. I love this plant, man. That's all it is. I love the fuck out of this plant, and I love that it's capable of doing as much as it is. Yeah. I'm still maybe trying to find my space and place, right? Like, because I want to be more in the face of some people, but I also think I just want to normalize the speak so desperately. I want everybody to talk about cannabis on a neutral standpoint where
it's not demonized like smoking cigarettes. It's not
just
it's not
syntaxed
like sugary drinks or gambling or
in the same way that I've talked about it before. All the adjectives that we have to use to try and define ourselves as being individuals to separate ourselves from everybody else. All the adjectives we use to call cannabis is just separating it from being what it actually is, right?
Well,
there's an underlying truth to it. Well, and that's the whole thing. It's all the things that everybody's trying to call it, but it's also just like it's also pretty basic.
It's also not that big of a deal, and it's also so much more. It's coming together through the plan, and finding community is part of the thing that makes it special.
It's 100% on an infinity loop, if you ask me.
Yeah, and that's why you should find your community.
Yeah.
Find your community within what you do, whether that's your homies that you smoke up with, or your buddies that you grow with, or the people who are fellow business owners in the cannabis community or adjacent space. Like, find your community, stick to your community, try to be a good person. Try to treat people with respect and lift people up, because you can support dope people. That means support everybody. That means support the people you don't necessarily like or get along with.
With this plant, though, you can support the most important person out there, which is yourself.
And that's yourself.
I promise you, that's what I'm trying to say. It's a glue that's really binding all the
Right.
you know. And
Yeah.
I'm happy to have it. I'm happy to have the people around that are doing it. I see the passion again in a way that I kind of lost when I was in the different space of it
Right.
before, and when there were some transitions going on in the MSOs to recreational. I felt all this muddying up, and it was the mask days, and it was whatever. So I had a kind of burnt out, exhausted feel for it. But right now I feel kind of semi rejuvenated for all of it, because I
Yeah.
have this perspective of how the hell do we fail if everybody's working towards the commons, towards
Right.
like a common space, a common understanding of this plant that isn't okay. If you use it, it might not benefit you, but it also, if anybody else wants to use it, who gives a fuck? Let them do what they want to do, as in every other walk of life, not
Right.
just cannabis use, but go do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But the idea that I need to push it down your fucking throat or anything, like, that's just not me, you know? And
Yeah.
that's what I think, like, the big thing is. I want people to find it, but I want this, like, you know, if you feel inclined, you probably, now you're in the space to go to it,
Yeah.
right? Because to tell somebody who's never used and is scared of and a timid shaken dog, cannabis is the next step, that's a hard fucking place to go, man. It's a
Yeah.
hard way to take somebody to, right? All you got to do is, like, once you have an inclination, should I try it? Yes, you should. That's all I'm saying. And then from there, what are the simple steps to get you there? And I think a lot of people have laid out groundworks and shit, but it's so like, low
Yeah.
and slow and all these different things. Okay, but what does that mean? How many milligrams? And then even to say 0 to 5, 1 to 2, 2. Okay, why? Is it pure CBD? Is it pure THC? Are we using the full sum of the plant? Normalize the science of it, normalize the whatever,
Right.
the speak behind it, so that everybody has a common understanding. But right now it's easy to smoke and mirrors people, and you know, high THC means good. Call it a bunch of different names that are made up. Like you said,
Yeah.
there's no, like we've talked about it before, there's no integrity
Right.
in an MSO with a strain name.
Right.
They're all,
It's all marketing.
it's all marketing. So what the fuck? Like, now it's muddied it up, and that's, like, to me, why it kind of sucks. All right, but, like, okay, fine. You've changed the name of whatever the hell you call it. Now you call it whatever. Just fucking keep it for a minute, man. But in the MSOs, man, they change their name every
Yeah.
other day, you know.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, just to me, it's let's normalize, let's get to a common understanding. And I think that's what's really nice about being around the community that we are.
Right.
And probably the people that are listening here are like, yeah, we've heard you say this, but, like, because you understand it, you know.
Right.
And it's nice to be around a community like that again. I promise you, outside of this nice community that we have where everybody understands like cannabis, oh my God, it's a scary place. And we go, okay, well, I don't need to exist over there either. Well, I don't either, but
Yeah.
I'm watching people that I love go through experiences that cannabis could benefit, and it sucks. How do we bridge the gap to make it as acceptable as
Hey.
going to the store and getting a Tylenol?
You know what you do? You roll a little joint up your favorite homegrown or store-bought cannabis,
Hey,
quality cannabis.
hey,
Okay.
doesn't even have, you just can't.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, you should treat yourself. Smoke.
Mhm.
Take some good weed. Take some good weed. Roll it up in a little joint. Go to your friend and be like, "Hey, man, you look like you're having a bad time. Why don't you smoke this joint with me?"
Yeah,
That's what you do.
yeah. Don't
Yeah,
overdo
that's it.
them. Don't
Don't
freak your
overdo it.
friends out. You know, give them a little one puff, maybe
Yeah.
if that's what they need. Just take one puff and breathe, and then you'll be fine. I promise you.
Yeah.
One little tiny little is not
Little
gonna
toot-toot-roots.
rock your fucking melon. And
Shout out to Uncle Joey.
we do got some really good weed
Man,
nowadays that could rock
we
some
do.
people, but
We really do.
that's the other
Shout
thing.
out to
maybe-
Faded Farms and their infused cones that are just ripping through the community right now. Quality cones.
Yeah,
Shout out to Faded Farms.
yeah,
Like those guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Hey,
Hey.
I love cannabis, and I hope you do too.
Yeah. I like turtles.
Another public service announcement brought to you here from the Big Red Couch.
Yeah, the Big Red Couch. So, yeah, hey, that's it for today. We love you all. Smoke weed every day. Peace.
Peace.
Yo, ding dong, we're done here. Time to go.